What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Batman issue number 145. This one is written by Chip Zdarsky, who does the main storyline as well as the backup one. Jorge Jimenez is back on the art for the main storyline, and Michelle Bandini, I think, is the artist on the backup storyline. They kind of like jump right into the backup like towards the end, but you know, the art stays pretty consistently like well done throughout it. But yes, so this is part one of Dark Prison. So we just had that couple week Joker Year One storyline. I wasn't too huge into it. We also got some revelations that one of Batman's mentors, who we'll see as well as is in this issue as well, was there to kind of train the Joker and kind of be a bit of a guiding force to give him knowledge on the whole Zur-En-Arrh aspect. I've emphasized many times since the start of covering this, I haven't been too huge into the whole Zur-En-Arrh aspect in general. I just don't think it's all that necessary. Plus, now that you have Joker and Batman kind of being, and you're kind of like playing around more with the origins, you're kind of adding some extra stuff when I don't feel like it necessarily needs it. But now we have Zur-En-Arrh kind of manifested itself into like failsafe, if you will, and now that's the main Batman while Bruce is kind of trapped in this prison with him and Joker, and Joker's excited because he wanted just the pure Batman, the unfiltered version of what Batman could be to kind of face off against. So, like I said, this one picks up right after the whole Joker Year One thing, because Joker was like at the end of like the arc before Joker Year One, he's like, oh, let me tell you a story, and then he's like, you're a liar, and then the Joker's there, he's all excited about the whole thing. We have, like I said, failsafe, Zur-En-Arrh, Batman manifested in this thing, taking out criminals, gonna kind of do his own, or its own form of justice, if you will. Jason Todd confronts him, and he kind of projects Bruce's face into like the robot, if you will, saying, hey, this is really me, like my battle with all this took such a toll on me that now I can be Batman forever. Not to make a joke about like one of my favorite Batman movies, but yeah, so like Jason tries to face off against him. He's like, you don't have to do this anymore. I'm not going to go after you unless you plan on breaking the law. Then he kind of flies off to the distance. Bruce is there, still caught in prison. He also confronts Vandal Savage. Did I miss Vandal Savage getting captured at some point? Because he's in this little Black Gate prison that, you know, Zur-En-Arrh Batman or whatever kind of has Bruce kept in. He tries to escape, but then gets kind of knocked out. Batman, or the metal fail-safe Zur-En-Arrh, I think it is Batman or whatever, is out there with Bruce's, like, Zur subconscious subjected into it, if you will, is off doing kind of its own thing, saying Batman is back, I'm going to displace my own form of justice, you know, takes on various criminals. We have Renee Montoya there as well. Damian's there and confronts him at one point. Now, I am glad to see Jorge back drawing Damian. I think Damian needs to go back to this hairstyle. I'm not really too huge into the way his hairstyle is drawn in the Batman and Robin book, and to be honest, I wouldn't mind Jorge Jimenez drawing that book as well, because I think he draws like one of the best Damians out there, and we have him confronting this version of Batman who's just like, how do I know it's really you? Prove it. I feel like Damian is not necessarily falling for this. I feel like he's trying to set a trap of his own just to kind of let this machine think he's kind of like on his side, so then that way he can kind of betray him or get to the bottom of what's going on with this whole thing while the other members of the Bat family are kind of off doing their own thing on the sides. And then kind of the end of the main storyline where Batman's trapped, or Bruce, if you will, is kind of trapped in Blackgate. He confronts his old mentor, Daniel Capito, about the whole situation. Capito kind of gives him a background of this whole thing with Joker kind of doing stuff beforehand. Joker, I guess, had him captured this whole time. It was always kind of looking to him for advice, and Joker was excited by Batman, but he kind of wanted Batman unleashed at his full potential, and that's where Capito's kind of in to say, well, you got to keep pushing him. You have to keep manifesting all these terrible things to really kind of break him and bring out the Zur-En-Arrh version of himself if you want to face him, and that's exactly what the Joker's kind of been doing this whole time. So I will say I did like this more than the whole Joker Year One aspect. I haven't really been huge into the fail-safe aspect of it at all, but I mean, the artwork by Jorge is in here. That's really good. I can never hate on Jorge Jimenez's artwork. I think he always does a tremendous job, whatever he's doing. Now that we have kind of Zur as Bruce, in a way, kind of unleashed in this failsafe thing again. I mean, the failsafe stuff has been going on for quite a while anyways, and it doesn't seem like we're stopping anytime soon. Now that he's kind of out in the opening, hopefully we're past some of the Gotham War shenanigans, if you will. Not sure how this all fits in terms of continuity with like Batman and Robin and Detective Comics, if you will. But I did think this one was a little bit better. It was a little bit easier in terms of the plotting to kind of follow along than necessarily what we got with Joker Year One. We're still dealing with the failsafe stuff, which we've been kind of going on for, man, how long has the failsafe thing been going on for? Like, is it like when Zdarsky like first started? I feel like we've been kind of caught up in this whole failsafe arc for so long now that I don't even remember when it began. I have to kind of go back and look at it. But yeah, so we have some better looking artwork. There's a little bit more of background and context and understanding for what Joker's been kind of doing, like why he's kind of been going as unhinged as he does in certain instances. This Capito character or whatever is kind of been there, like kind of guiding him along the sides. We're left to kind of believe he's there at the Blackgate prison. I guess Joker didn't really kill him in his little flashback stuff, but he also wants to see Batman Unleashed doing this stuff for reasons, I suppose. But yeah, so now we got that, and then we have Damian back in the story. I still think, like, if Damian falls for him, I think that just in totally 100%, there has to be more to it. He has to be like a smarter character than that, like where him of all people is like, yeah, I'll be your Robin little Zur-En-Arrh guy, who's obviously like a big major red flag with you in this like AI robot, like android suit thing. I'll totally like fall for everything you have to say. So I think he's just kind of like pretending to kind of be on this side a little bit to kind of figure things out. But if he isn't, then that just makes him look really dumb. So we'll see where this thing goes from here. Like I said, I did enjoy this one a little bit more than the previous couple issues we've had with it. It's nothing amazing or anything like that. I'm just kind of hoping that the story sort of wraps itself up in a little bit, and then we can kind of move on to some other directions, if you will, with the storyline, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So not like a high recommendation or anything like that for me. I did like it a little bit more than the previous arc, but I'm still not really loving this whole failsafe Zur-En-Arrh stuff that we're currently doing with Batman right now. I kind of want to get out of this thing. I want to go back to just kind of some simple standard detective story stuffs with Batman facing off against some classic rogues and all that. It doesn't need to be something like this or the Zur-En-Arrh thing. I just can't get into the whole Zur-En-Arrh aspect. I think it's not necessary. I don't feel like it adds anything really interesting to the Batman mythos or something fun worth exploring. And plus, like I said, with this Capito guy kind of being there, like, was really there this whole time, like, coaching Joker and Batman behind the scenes and all that. I don't know, it just kind of makes things a little bit messier in terms of their histories, and it doesn't, it's better when the connection for Batman and Joker is, like, to me, it works best when it's just him dropping him the chemicals. Joker's kind of his own thing. Like I said, the yin to Batman Zhang in a way, yes, I understand their importance in each other's histories, but you don't need them having the same mentors or anything like that. You could just kind of let them be Batman and Joker off on their own, have their own agencies, if you will. So I don't really like when they kind of add and throw all this extra stuff in that doesn't really feel necessary. So, but we'll see where it goes from here now that his mentor is back into the picture. Again, I probably should read that Zdarsky storyline he wrote a while ago. Was it Batman the Knight or something like that? Because it seems like we're tying so much stuff into that particular story arc. So maybe I got to go back and read it at some point to kind of get more background on this character that I'm not so familiar with, if you will. Oh, and yeah, Jason's in there too. And, you know, he's still experiencing the fear and trauma with the whole Zur thing kind of like infecting him, if you will, and all the other shenanigans. Oh, man, I'm just reminded of Gotham War. And Gotham War was not very good. The less we say about that Gotham War event, the better. That was probably the worst event of last year. I think it was last year. Yeah, that was definitely the worst comic book event of last year, without question. I can't think of anybody who genuinely enjoyed the story choices within Gotham War. So the sooner we kind of move away from that stuff, the better. And like I said, I feel like the Batman book needs kind of a jolt in some way. And I feel like it's kind of been... It just hasn't been as exciting to read in a while, and I want to be excited when I'm reading Batman. I want to be like, wow, I can't wait to read the next issue, but I haven't really felt that in quite a while, and I'm hoping something turns around here soon, and like I can get that exciting feeling again when I'm reading like the main Batman book, because it's been quite a while. So, all right, well, I've rambled on long enough. What did you think of Batman issue number 145? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to your channel for more content, hit that bell for notification, all the other fun stuff. That's going to be it in terms of DC comic book reviews for this week. I don't think I have anything else planned. I'm going to try and post another video hopefully by this weekend. I got to get to editing it, or back to editing it. I've already started it, and once it's done, I'll feel pretty proud. So look forward to all that. All right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.